just like the breed. You know, they were powerful and they just look, not intimidating, but they just look like a bold dog. Yeah, and I like their personalities. So the common misconceptions about them is that they're mean dogs, they're not friendly, and they're over aggressive. But they're not, they're just like lap dogs, because when you raise your dog from a puppy, it's just like your kid. You raise your kid from a small child, he grows up, it's your dog, and they still think mommy and daddy, and they still act like a little kid when they come around. It's the same thing with a grown dog as it's growing up. Still want to be a lap dog, they're nice and friendly. I'd start obedience training about 5 or 6 months, because other than that, you know, I like them to be a puppy. Food as a reward, come here, come. So when they come to you, you give them a treat, right? But some dogs are gonna be hard-headed, so you have to use compulsion on them. If you use it too young, you don't want them to start getting leery in their head or skittish, right? Every time your dog comes to you, it should be a happy occasion. You should never go to your dog in discipline. So, but I always try to teach them no. Like, so from the start, you teach them no, because even if what they're doing, if they're about to run out the street, the word is no, and they know whatever they're doing, stop. Then you give them a command. So that's what I try to do, no, from the start. But like sit and stay and all that, walk, you know, I just kind of wait till they're like 6 months old. From the start, I started socializing them when they're really young, about 6 weeks old, because I don't want a lot of people coming over when they're younger than that, because they might bring a disease or something like that, and you don't give them their first shots. Because a lot of times people want to sit there and put their dog in the backyard in a cage and never socialize them. Then they get out and they run up, and somebody runs and they run, so now it's prey. So they were never properly socialized. So when you keep them in the backyard, it's just you and your dog, and they never get properly socialized. Rottweilers will interact with pets and children if you bring them up to socialize them and introduce them young. If you have like a cat and another dog, you just raise them around them. As they grow up, they get used to playing with them. So you have to socialize, especially with kids. You have kids, man, you let your kids be part of his life from the beginning. And they will love that kid and protect that kid like it's nobody's business. Because I had a friend, like the one we breed together, his wife was apprehensive about bringing his dog into her house. Then next you know, a year later, she says like, she takes a picture and that's my dog, my son's best friend. But like, I wouldn't leave him alone with a 6-month-old baby. You know, even though he may be cool around the dog, but if I'm in there, it's cool. The minute I leave, I put the baby up. So that's what I mean. They're still dogs and they're still an animal. But if you raise them and treat them right and introduce them properly, it should be no problem. I don't like to walk my dogs till like 5 or 6 months so they get over that susceptible to parvo stage, right? So, but when you walk them, I always let people come up and pet your dog and greet them. When you're walking them, I think they're more towards friendly to people and stuff like that, but they're always leery. So it just depends. They're not as protective as they are at home because that's their territory. Especially, you know, like I just sold a mother and her 2 young kids a dog and puppy. And I told them socialize them from the start. And they started socializing, but he's naturally protective of them because now, hey, this is my home, these are my people, and I'm gonna take care of them.